It's a beautiful morning, and I'm wishing you happiness, clarity, and freedom today on this sunny yet chilly morning. It's a wonderful day. I hope your day is going well. Whatever point of the day you are in, I hope it is going well. I hope you are living your truth, living your best life experience in every single moment, loving your life, loving your journey, loving every aspect of this wonderful and magical and mysterious experience that we're all having together. So, in this video, we have a very special topic, and we are talking about food. We are talking about a special diet. And food is amazing. First off, let's talk about food. Food is amazing. I love food, and food has been a ginormous part of my journey, on my spiritual journey. Food has been a big part of it. One of the biggest parts, if not the biggest part of my awakening journey is food. It has been food. Okay, I love food. I am going to be honest. I know you do too. We all do as humans. Food is energy. Food is vitality. Food is life. But it's so important to be conscious of what goes into our mouths. It's so important to understand that not all food in this world is actually food, right? Junk food, it's not food. We have to understand what real food is and how to put real life-giving foods into our body so we can have optimal energy, optimal strength, optimal mental clarity, and so we can be our best selves. And today we're talking about a special diet that I recently found out. Now, this isn't any fad diet like keto or paleo or even vegan. I'm not talking about any special diet like that. Okay, to be honest, I don't care if you are vegan. I don't care if you are vegetarian. I don't care if you are a carnivore. I don't care if you're on the keto diet. I don't care if you're on the paleo diet. I don't care what you eat. Okay, I don't care. Because what I have learned along my journey is that, to me, this is my belief. You might disagree, you might not believe this, but my belief is that it's just as important, if not more important, your relationship towards the food than what you eat. Okay? It might be more important how you eat the food than what you're actually eating. How you eat the food, your relationship, your attitude towards the food that you eat is so critical. That is exactly why some people can get away with eating whatever they want. Donuts, desserts all the time, unhealthy foods, processed foods, yet they're still in good health, right? We all know those people in our lives. They eat whatever, but they're still in optimal health because their attitude and their spirit is good. They enjoy what they're eating, and they feel that it is good for them. And it is. Your mind plays such an important role. And this is actually what Ayurveda believes as well. Ayurveda has changed my life. Ayurveda has actually saved my life. I was going through eczema a while back. Very gnarly eczema. It was terrible. You can go check out my previous videos. You'll see my lips and mouth were all swollen and inflamed. But I was still out here filming videos, and it was actually all over my hands and legs too. It was not good. It was not good at all. Then I found out about Ayurveda, and Ayurveda really helped me understand that what kind of food we put in our body is so important, and how we eat is so important, and it has to align with your unique body type. That's why there is no one diet for the human race. Every single individual has a unique body constitution, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And every single person needs to eat according to their own unique body type. This is what I learned, and this is what I now understand is my truth, at least. So what diet are we talking about in this video? We are talking about the soul food diet. The soul food diet. Now, I'm not talking about those comfort soul foods like gravy and mashed potatoes. I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about the soul food diet, the SOUL diet. And we're going to talk about this. So what is the soul food diet? The soul food diet is very important, and it's actually an acronym, SOUL. The S in the soul food diet, what does the S stand for? The S is seasonal. Seasonal foods. There's 4 things. It's SOUL, and the first one is seasonal. Now, it is very important to eat seasonal foods because nature, during each and every season, provides the right foods that we need as humans, and to the animals as well. Nature provides the right foods at the right times, right? It's why in the winter, right where I'm at, around where I'm at, there are lots of orange trees blossoming and blooming and lemon trees. And I've been eating a ton of oranges and lemons lately. And this is nature. Nature is smart. Nature knows what we need. Nature provides the wonderful strawberries and blueberries in the spring and summertime because that's what we need during that time, right? That's what's going to help our bodies during that time. And it goes very deep. You can really go deep with this and go deep in nature and understand why nature provides certain foods during certain seasons. But what we need to understand is that the more seasonal food that we eat, the better we're going to feel, the more strength we're going to have, the more vitality we're going to have, and it's going to be so good for our bodies. So seasonal food, that is the first part of the soul food diet. The S in the soul is for seasonal. Now, what does the O stand for in the soul food diet? The O is very important. The O stands for organic. Organic foods. Guys, along my journey, eating organic foods has been so important to me. This has probably been the most important thing to me on my awakening journey, is eating more organic foods. Now, I strive to eat as many organic foods as I can. I only will buy organic when I go to the store because I realized the non-organic foods, what they do to the non-organic foods, it's GMO. It's genetically modified organisms, right? These foods have been modified to either make them sweeter or make them produce more just to make more profits. And it doesn't make sense. Why are we altering nature? What the heck? And also pesticides and herbicides. We're spraying tons of pesticides all over the crops so we can produce more, so bugs don't eat them as much. Guys, it's okay to have bugs on your food a little bit. Just make sure you wash your fruits and vegetables before you eat them, right? It's not normal to be eating food laced with pesticides. Glyphosate residue is a big problem that honestly even some organic foods can slip by and still have glyphosate residue, right? There's certain foods like oats and potatoes and corn, I'm pretty sure, and lots of other foods that still have that residue. That's why it's important to be very conscious of the types of foods that we are buying at the grocery store, okay? Organic foods. We don't want to be putting too many pesticides in our bodies because over time, this will actually build up. Over time, if you eat a ton of GMO foods, over time, it's going to build up in your body and build up toxins and build up a ton of problems within you, and we don't want that. We don't want that. We want organic foods. S-O, seasonal and organic, okay? That's the S, that's the O. What is the U in the soul food diet? The U stands for unprocessed. That's right, unprocessed foods. Unprocessed foods. It's very important to eat as many unprocessed foods as we can. Because here's the thing. Our bodies have not been processed. Our bodies are pure. Our bodies are natural. Our bodies are attuned to nature. We are nature. Therefore, why are we going to put processed foods into an unprocessed body, a natural body? We are not built, we are not designed to process foods that have been highly processed. I'm talking about Oreos, I'm talking about packaged foods, donuts, I'm talking about all those foods that you go to Walmart, Matrix Mart, I like to call it. You go to the Matrix Mart, you go down the aisles and you see all these cakes and cookies and crackers and all these processed foods. Guys, these foods are not good for the human body. And this has been part of my awakening journey, is realizing that these foods are going to cause problems within us. And that's why I started eating whole organic foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds. I love nuts and seeds. Raise your hand if you love nuts and seeds. I do. What else? Whole grains, legumes, mung beans, sprouted foods, all these wonderful foods that are in their natural state. Now, these are the foods that our bodies are actually built to be able to process. So we need to be eating as many unprocessed foods as we can. Now, another thing I wanted to mention with the soul food diet is that before we talk about the L, before we talk about the last part of the soul food diet, I want to talk about the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is so important in life and in this universe, but especially when it comes to food. When it comes to food, it is important to follow the 80-20 rule, because we cannot be 100% perfect 100% of the time. Okay? 80% of the time, strive to be your healthiest self. 80% of the time, strive to eat 100% soul food diet, right? Seasonal, organic, unprocessed. And I'll go ahead and say the last one. It is local. Before we get into that, 80-20. 80% of the time, be your healthiest self, eat your healthiest foods, and then 20% of the time, every so often, it is perfectly okay to eat foods that might be processed or might be not the healthiest, right? Sometimes I like to eat tofu, and tofu is a processed food, but I do like to eat it sometimes, right? And it's okay, because it only matters what you do 80% of the time, the majority of the time. No one is perfect. No one can be perfect in this life. Yes, sometimes I can't find an organic product that I like, that I want. So it's GMO, but that's only 20% or less of the time. So it's not a big deal, right? 20% of the time, you can also indulge in things that you enjoy. Desserts, sweets, it's okay. You're not going to die. We are humans. We are supposed to be enjoying this experience. So 20% of the time, it is okay to let it go and indulge, okay? This is so critical, because if we try to be our healthiest self 100% of the time, we're going to get burnt out in this world. We are going to get burnt out. And for a while, I was trying to do this, and I was burning myself out, right? 80-20, you see it everywhere in the universe, right? 20% of causes produce 80% of the outcomes. Only 20% of the pea pods in a pea plant, 20% of the pea pods will produce the majority of the peas, 80% of the peas. And the other 80% of the pea pods will only produce 20%, right? Try to wrap your head around that. That is the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is everywhere, okay? So remember this with the soul food diet. And let's get into the last letter of the soul food diet, which is L, local. Why is it important to eat local foods? When we eat local foods, right, we are eating foods that are in alignment with the environment that we are in, with the oxygen that we are breathing, with the plants that we are around. And it's actually unnatural to be eating a ton of foods that are, say you're living in Mexico, or say you're living in Canada, okay, and you're eating a ton of foods that only come from Mexico. This is going to be unnatural, because we are not living in that climate, in that environment, right? We have to be eating foods that are in alignment with the climate that we are in. Doesn't that make sense? Right? So local foods, it will help you feel better. It will help you feel more natural. It will help you feel more normal. You will have more energy. You will have more vitality. You will have more happiness in your life. So, soul food diet. Seasonal foods, organic foods, unprocessed foods, and local foods. The soul food diet. This is the most important diet that we must follow, in my opinion. Okay, I believe if we follow the soul food diet, we can be our healthiest selves. We can have the most energy. We can feel the best. And another thing I want to say about food before we finish off this video is that, again, your attitude towards the food is so important. For a long time, I was really getting caught up in what I was eating, right? But I was disregarding how I was eating the food, right? The times of day I was eating, when I was eating, my relationship towards the food. It is so important. Love the food that you eat. Enjoy the food that you eat. Enjoy it 100%. According to Ayurveda, if you're not enjoying the food that you're eating, if you don't think it tastes good, if you don't enjoy it, you cannot gain the full benefits from the food that you're eating. You cannot gain the full nutrients, the full health and wealth from the food. So enjoying the food and having a healthy, positive relationship towards food is so important. I cannot stress this enough. Honestly, it's more important than what you're eating. How you eat the food is more important than what you eat. And this is my belief. You might disagree with that, but that's my belief. So thank you all for tuning into this video. It's the soul food diet. This is a diet we must start to follow. Seasonal, organic, unprocessed, and local. Thank you all for tuning in. Much love to you on your food journey, on your spiritual journey, on your journey of life. Much love to you. I want to wish you all a wonderful day. And I want you all to like this video so more people can hear about it. I want you to comment down below what kind of foods you're eating during this time, during this season. I hope you're eating seasonal foods. And I want you to also subscribe if you're new. Check out my Crystal Shop, link in description. Check out my Patreon, link in description. You can donate to me down below as well. So thank you all for being here. Much love to you on this sunny, beautiful day. Follow the soul food diet. Be your healthiest self. Be your greatest version. Much love. And make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.